Did you know that over 25% of people exhibit avoidant attachment patterns, and yet many of them eventually return after a breakup? Unfortunately, not all returns mean reconciliation. So, what do you do when an avoidant partner comes back? Is it about love, comfort, or confusion? In today's video, we'll dive into the psychology behind avoidant attachment. We will explore why they return and give you powerful tools to protect your peace while still staying open to love. So, if you've ever felt confused, hopeful, and heartbroken all at once after an avoidant ex reached out again, know that you're not alone. This video will help you understand what's really happening beneath the surface and show you how to respond in a way that supports your emotional clarity and growth. You will learn the three main reasons avoidants return after a breakup, how to recognize what the return really means, and tools to help you stay grounded and emotionally secure. My name is Luna A. May, and I'm a life and attachment style coach, as well as the author of books on attachment style, What Attachment Style Are You? And Understanding and Overcoming Anxious Attachment. And you can find the links to my books in the description box below. So let's start with the question, why do avoidants come back? Avoidants often return for three main reasons, and it's crucial to distinguish which one you're dealing with. So the first reason is that they want a relationship again. And this is where things get tricky. Avoidants often think they're being clear about their interest, but their fear of vulnerability means they reach out in indirect ways. They might text casually or suggest spending time together without clearly stating their intentions. So if you're not cautious, you can end up in a relationship without any clarity or real growth. Avoidants also often mistake emotional proximity for commitment. So they may believe that simply being around you or spending time again is enough to demonstrate their feelings without truly opening up or changing their behavior. This can be confusing, especially for anxiously attached individuals who seek emotional transparency and verbal reassurance. So if you're unsure of their intentions, pay attention to their actions rather than words. Are they following through? Are they willing to have uncomfortable conversation? Do they ask about your feelings? Or is it all still surface level? The second reason that they come back might be that they just want comfort and security. They may miss the connection, but not want the responsibility or emotional depth of a relationship. So it can feel good for them to know you are still there without needing to work on themselves or rebuild anything meaningful. And this can become a really draining dynamic. You may find yourself stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. The avoidant gets emotional reassurance, but you're left feeling unseen, unmet, and emotionally depleted. So it's crucial to recognize when someone is simply looking for emotional supply rather than partnership. The third reason why they come back is that they are confused and trying to keep the door open. This is the gray zone. They might still have feelings for you, but they are unsure if they want a relationship. So they reach out occasionally, keeping a connection alive without making real progress or commitment. Often they are seeking emotional reassurance without the clarity to back it up. So let's now discuss how to respond to each of these situations. So if the case is that they genuinely want a relationship, try not to rush back into the relationship just because it feels familiar. Instead, get clear on what you want. What wasn't working last time and what would you need to change? Have an honest discussion early on. Say something like, if we're spending time together again, I want to be sure we're actually working on what didn't work before. And most importantly, observe the consistency. Emotional safety is built through repetition, not just promises. So a one-off gesture means little if it's not followed up by action over time. Watch how they respond to healthy boundaries and emotional discussions. That's where the real change happens. If you are in the situation that they want comfort but not commitment, you need to ask yourself, Am I really getting anything real here? Remember that you deserve more than emotional crumbs. So if their actions show they're not willing to go deeper, it's okay to step away with self respect. Set boundaries early on. You might say something like, I care about you, but I'm no longer available for connection without intention. Formulating it this way allows you to protect your emotional space without being harsh. Just clear. And if you are in the situation when they are confused or unclear, what you should do is set an internal deadline. For example, 2 to 6 weeks maximum. And during this time, observe if they make any real effort toward growth or reconnection. And if not, gently step away. You don't need to sit in emotional limbo. You can also have a boundary setting conversation. So, in this case, try saying something like, I know we are reconnecting, but I'm also being mindful of my time and energy. And I need to know if we're moving towards something or if this is just an emotional comfort without direction. Dating or reconnecting with avoidance can create emotional highs and lows that feel destabilizing. So what you can do is journal your feelings so you stay in touch with your needs. Or you can practice self-soothing and nervous system regulation techniques like breathing. Like I've discussed in my last video, the box breathing or the 4-7-8 breathing or the 5-3-2-1 grounding technique. So if you haven't checked this video already, I will put the link in the description box below so you can check it. These tools help you regulate in moments when the emotional charge feels too strong. Sometimes the hardest part isn't what the avoidant is doing. It's trusting ourselves to walk away when things don't align. If you find yourself over rationalizing their behavior or making excuses for inconsistency, take a moment to ask yourself, what would my most self respecting self choose in this situation? Closure doesn't always come in words. Sometimes closure is choosing your own peace over unfinished stories. It's okay to have love for someone and still walk away when their behavior doesn't meet your needs. The best relationships are not just built on chemistry, but on mutual commitment. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced an avoidant returning after a breakup? What helps you handle the situation? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.